I'm Alex.
And I'm Teddy.
And I'm Spencer.
And we are
The Button Mappers.
Hey, the Button Mappers.
And his opponents, the king of old school, Teddy, Speedy, Allen, and the all-American, Spencer, the awesome ones.
You know, sometimes a superstar just has that look in his eye. And this is one of those times. I've heard some impressive crowd responses over the years, but the response this guy gets, well, it's incredible.
It's deafening most of the time.
The last time on the Button Mappers.
And the last time on Button Ball Z.
Button, map the button, ball Z.
But
My girlfriend's questioning me right now. So, hi y'all.
did we start?
We gotta do three.
No, we don't. Let's just roll with it.
Was that the end? Spencer, we're in the beginning of the episode, I guess.
Oh, where am I?
In a time warp. Welcome to.
Don't you want to do like the 3, 2, 1 thing?
I'm not that attached to it,
Well, we do have to sync the audio.
but it's pretty obvious when you hear Alex go "Ah!" after the Button Ball Z theme.
Welcome to the Button Mappers.
But it's only on one audio. It's only on 1 or 2 audio files. It's not on all 3.
Spencer, Alex, 3, 2,
Okay, ready? Hold on, ready?
Okay. 3,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1. Welcome to the Button Mapper Show, where we talk about the news. With me are my co-hosts Teddy Kong and Spencer's Wrong. Today we're talking about politics. What's going on in the news, everybody? Could you imagine if we were a news channel?
Would be the best news channel ever.
Me and Teddy were talking about that earlier.
Welcome to episode 52 of the Button Mappers. What? Episode 52 of the Button Mappers? You know what 52 signifies?
A deck of cards.
A 5 and a 2.
And also the number of weeks in a year. I hope I'm not wrong on that. Because this is the anniversary episode. Well,
Yay!
up for us.
We're old.
How old?
A year.
Wow, a newborn podcast channel.
Wah.
I'd say we've progressed and matured pretty well for a year. Wouldn't you?
Welcome to the anniversary special where we're just going to chat about the confines of podcasting. That's not the right word, but okay. Just roll with it.
We're gonna chat about the prison that we're in called podcasting.
The prison of podcasting.
We're going to talk about the rigidity of our upload schedule.
I find it fascinating, Teddy, that we went into this like we should do this. We should have it scheduled, and we have not broken that mold, man. We did it for a full year so far.
Every
Isn't that
Monday,
amazing?
Button Mapper Monday. It's a thing.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like a year.
Have you guys achieved that on your personal YouTube channels?
No.
Especially not lately, but there was a time when we did it because we made it easy because we streamed and automatically uploaded to YouTube every Saturday, and then every Sunday we switched to that. So we were pretty calm on the Itch Network. We were pretty consistent with that. Nowadays, I forgot to upload last week, so I'm still doing that. So not as rigid, no.
Even now, when I feel like I'm at my most conceived or well conceived for my personal channel, I still don't have that upload schedule down. But somehow we made this passion project into a professional project, I would say. What do you guys think?
I'm very happy with the Button Mappers. I kind of like Teddy. Yeah, it was started as like a little passion project, but yeah, it quickly turned into like we started doing it, and I was like, holy crap! Like this is it's fun. It's fulfilling. It's I want to do this. So we just kept going at it, and we expanded, added Spencer, and yeah, we're just rolling down the tracks, man. I'm excited for another year.
I think Spencer was our first fan. Spencer, can you talk to us about your
Does
to and experience with the button mappers?
Does Spencer count? That's my question.
Well, it should definitely be noted that the three of us have been in the same, not just circle, but very tight circle for years. Probably 3 or 4 years, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Either me and you, me and Teddy, Teddy and you, or all three of us occasionally, sometimes completely together, in some form or fashion. So I loved when you guys got together. I didn't know it was going to be a full-fledged, like, continuous thing until, like you guys were alluding to, every Monday it just popped up again. I said, again, you two? And it was great. I couldn't believe it. And I was so impressed by your guys' structure and formality with everything.
I feel like we should talk, Teddy, maybe about like the not too much, but maybe about like the process leading up to the beginning of the channel.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'd love to hear about that.
So I had my notebook out, and Alex and I were just sitting up discussing one time. Actually, this happened when we had done like 5 collaborative projects on Alex's channel, Turbo Zone, just for the sake of making content. Like, we were both in like that creative passion mood. I'd say this was early spring, summer of 2019. Does that sound about right, Alex?
Yeah, I would say spring. Yeah, somewhere in there.
I remember 2 episodes specifically. One was doing a Starlink, where we talked about the game and the toys, and then we also did a video on the GameCube. The other 3 seem to slip my mind. You may know them better than I do.
We did a reaction to the Genesis Mini being announced, and we also did one where we just talked about Mario.
We've come full circle.
But
Thank God you guys covered the Starlink.
leave me alone, Spencer. But as you could tell, like, we were doing these, like, we were already kind of doing these, like, discussion, like, 30-minute type discussion videos over on Turbo Zone with, me and Teddy during that time. And it got to a point to where we did I think it was right after the GameCube video, where we really liked that episode. And we were like, we should do something with this. Like, we shouldn't just leave it here,
At that time, too, is like we were coming back to YouTube and we were posting videos, just both me and Alex on our channels. And I don't think they were really getting enough traction. Like, something happened where people just slipped off of YouTube. Maybe weren't watching. Maybe members of our community stopped watching. Maybe the algorithm stopped exposing videos to new people because we were small channels or something. I wasn't sure, and I was really disheartened by it because I really wanted to, get into this creative outlet. But what's the point of making a video on YouTube if, your views are going to suck? That's how I view it anyway, especially when we make great golden content. Like, we want it to get out there. So, Alex and I were like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Let's start a podcast. Podcast, really? Who listens to podcasts? I don't know. But you know what? Let's do it on YouTube, and let's just see how it goes. And so we stayed up that day after we had recorded one of these episodes, or like a week after listening back to them, and we came up with a bunch of names for the channel. And we were like, what's going to be trending? What are things that we do? Like, Arcade Archive. And then we find out, like, Arcade Archive's a thing on, like, the Nintendo Switch. And a year later, Alex has all the Neo Geo games. But the one that stood out to us, we were probably at this point of like an hour's worth of delusion. And
we were joking. Oh, God.
Something comes up about like, I'm Jimmy Genesis. Jimmy Genesis and what? What's something else you do with video games? Oh, you map buttons. Oh, well, we're the button mappers. Jimmy Genesis and the button mappers. I hate to say it, Jimmy Genesis never quite found his way back into the button mappers, but we did keep the tail end of that name.
Yeah, we like said that as a joke. It was like, I was like, it's my new band, Jimmy Genesis and the Button Mappers, or something, something like that. And we were joking about that, and then like a week later, we were like, we got back together, and I was just like, I can't stop thinking about the Button Mappers, man.
Alex was texting me this like every other day of the week. Like, yeah, we gotta do something with the button mappers.
Yeah, I was like, we need to keep the button mappers. Like, screw Jimmy Genesis, the button mappers, man.
The button mappers. So what we did is we explored like the OSTs, and I don't think we did too much of a search, but we found like the most country sounding OST from a video game, and it was Andy Asteroid from Earthworm Jim, which has been used in the intro ever since. And at this point, we have our new intro, thanks to Spencer. Thank you for editing that. It came out really good. And thanks to Spencer for a lot of things this year. He's really picked up the pace as a button mapper, but I guess we'll get to him in his own topic. And I think we really had a great vision for what the button mappers were. And at that point, when we even did the intro, you know what, like, let's just be as simple as possible, right? You say, I'm Alex. I'm going to say, I'm Teddy. And we are the button mappers. So we did like maybe 5 or 6 takes. And then at one point, Alex just off the cuff goes,
oh, hey, the button mappers. And that's stayed ever since, too. I love that take.
and we're afraid to
love
do a
it.
retake of it because we know that will get lost in the process.
I love that intro. I was laughing so hard just hearing it. And I know Alex's face when he says it. I know in this kind of podcast thing, you don't always see their faces, especially in this one. But I know Alex's face when he does that sound, and it's just the most joyous face ever.
Oh, Lord. So we started out and we were like, okay, well, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? So we started out just like, okay, well, we did that GameCube episode over on Turbo Zone. I was like, well, what if we did something like that? Because like, well, our first idea was like to just repost that. And we're like, that feels lazy. It was like, what if we did something akin to that? So we started out with the N64 episode, which I look back on that episode very fondly. I think it's a really good episode, especially for us to start on. And it kind of like it paved the way for the rest of the show and like the tone. We made a lot of the jokes that would, well, not a lot of the jokes, but we made some jokes that would carry over into the other episodes. We've used the term map out for the first time in an episode unintentionally, and that became its own series. And I look back on that first episode really fondly.
At that time, it was funny because we were going backwards a little bit. We had already recorded an episode on the GameCube on Alex's channel, which we did end up reposting, as first off to get it exposure, to keep it consistent with a bunch of themes that were similar, to a channel solely dedicated to really like focusing in on consoles and, games we're playing and eventually, mapping out games. But I think it was funny because I actually, going back and listening to it, I think it's a super important episode, especially if you compare it like where we started, Nintendo 64, to kind of where we're at now. Now we're at like the Switch and we're having these fun banters on the console. And I think we've grown in so many ways, but the format and the style hasn't changed so much. So I look back on that episode fondly as well. And I think the strides we've made since then are great. I'm really pleased with it.
I definitely didn't see it when that video came out. I go through fits and phases with YouTube where I don't watch anything, especially with this community that I was in a while ago. It was just felt like I get bombarded with like, here's my new pickups video, or here's why I'm angry at GameStop. I get that a lot for some reason. So YouTube and I have kind of separate a lot. But I think I must have seen you guys on Facebook or something posting your Button Mappers channel. One of you.
Yeah, I remember because you reacted to, I just posted the 17-second intro clip and you're like, what is this?
Yeah. So that's where it got me. So market research, Facebook, Oh, yeah.
I love just the conversational tone that Alex and I had in that first podcast. It's not something I think we were able to really achieve to the same extent when we collabed on his channel. Not that I look back on our older videos not fondly. I think we've always been kind of like jocular, etc. But we didn't have like a vision of what is the content that is coming out afterwards. I remember jokes like, the GoldenEye, like don't diss GoldenEye, Teddy. This is my opinion.
Oh my god, Pilot Wings! That was something too. Is that like, I remember whenever we were first developing this idea, Teddy, you were especially caught up. I think it was mainly because of like the whole YouTube algorithm and all that stuff. You were caught up on like, what is our purpose, and like what is the purpose of the button mappers. But I think after we did that first episode and we had so much fun, just like, just talking, and we just all the jokes came flooding out, and all that stuff, and it was just such a fun time. Like we figured out that like it doesn't, like our content has purpose on the button mappers, but like it's about having fun as well.
Oh, definitely. And I think I said this maybe in Thanksgiving or the December episode, but like it's just felt therapeutic. It's felt great. I always look forward to coming together, doing a podcast, and even editing it. Even though for some reason, I take a lot of time with editing our podcast. I really do enjoy it, and I always look forward to that end product. And like you said, Alex, the purpose has always been crystal clear to me, and that's awesome. I've always been proud of our channel.
I was always impressed. I know Alex said that the purpose is to have fun, but especially with the map outs, I was always impressed that you guys really stuck to like the map. And again, that's a unique concept in and of itself, but you guys always kind of stuck to it and followed it. And even when every map we've done, it's just followed that formula. So I think you guys have done a really great job of keeping that format.
I also don't want to skip over the game talks. That was also, I don't know how Teddy, how do we bring the game talks up? I don't even remember how that happened, but I remember like we did that first episode, we didn't have any community questions, but every episode since we have had community questions, and that's like one of my favorite series.
So with Game Talk, at that point we had done 3 videos talking about consoles. We did 64, GameCube, Wii, and we're like, okay, what are we going to do? And I listened to Spencer on the Itch Network, and they always start every video with like, okay, so what have you been playing? And, what are your experiences with it? And I was like, why don't we just take that and just like apply it to something bigger where it becomes like a whole discourse. We're already doing discourses on consoles. Let's swap it over to just games that we're playing. And it became this awesome thing where there's no real limitations on what games you can bring to the table. I'm not sure how we made it as a Q&A style thing. It was kind of awesome because I don't think I had any expectations to get questions on that first episode in the comments. And I think we started off light with mostly like Terry and then later VG Mashup coming in and asking questions for the episodes. And God bless those guys. They come through every time asking us great questions and stuff that gets us, warmed up and ready for the episode. But I've come to really appreciate Game Talk for multiple reasons since we've started it. Spencer, too. Spencer was coming in and asking a bunch of questions.
Spencer was leaving 15 comments.
Yeah, I'm more stream of consciousness with that stuff. I don't have time to write it all up, so I just ask if I'm like, oh, I got a question, I'll just ask it right there.
Spencer, I've been curious to know. We established those 3 video types, or three podcast types, whatever you want to call them. And from there, we continued on, me and Teddy, but we brought you on with one of the Game Talk episodes. And yeah. I just want to know from your perspective, like, how did that, like, did you feel like, I don't know, like, how did you feel during that point? And then how did you feel like coming into the show as like a mainstay?
It didn't feel all that different. Again, we've known each other and we've done videos together for a long time, so it's not like I knew what your guys' cadence was and I knew what the group liked to do. It was really nice letting somebody else lead for a little bit. On the Itch Network, I pretty much manned the ship on that and have for 6 years now, I think. So it's very, very rare that I would go on anything and not be like in control of it. So it's nice to just let you guys tell me what to do and I just follow your lead. Whereas now, I slowly, but I'm feeling more ownership of things. Not like full ownership, but I am part of this now. So I have more input, and that part is different. I don't know which one I like more, but I certainly love creating. So I guess I like it more now that I'm part of the show. But it was certainly a lot of fun in those early days where I just kind of popped on and caused a ruckus.
Those earlier, and I think it's something me and Teddy picked up on, is those earlier episodes where we had you on as guest, the Game Talk, the ukulele map out, and the Pokemon were like some of the most fun videos we did.
The ukulele one was so important for so many reasons. That's going to be funny in the history books to say like the ukulele moment is the biggest, whatever. Not to say the biggest moment, but I just remember because you guys always seem so focused and you guys always like follow map outs so carefully. I thought you guys were kind of joking around. Well, especially you, Alex. We're just like joking around at every like little bit of that, and I kept trying to steer us into the game. I was like, "Oh, but the next place you go to is this one," and you're like, "No, we're still talking about this pirate ship. Aren't pirates stupid?" Yada yada yada. And I was like, "Are we okay?" I mean, and that one took us like 3 different takes.
I loved every single one of those takes. Go ahead, Spencer. Sorry.
No, I mean I did too, but I understand why we had to redo them, and they went so far off the rails. And that last one, I did try to keep it on the rails, but way less so. I just said, you know what, you want to fuck around? Let's talk about Yuka Brown.
that intro to that third one, me and Teddy were at this point to where we were just like. We were just done. We were just like, okay, this isn't going the way we're going, And Spencer's like here trying to like guide us back into the map, and like we're just falling apart. And it's such a classic moment. Like, oh god, I love the intro to that one.
The steer us line, Spencer, that's where you lost me. Originally, like I could have sworn it was the Banjo 3 because you said that 3 times. Like every single time we did a take, you were like, some might call it a Banjo 3. So that was great enough, and I love that. But then you did what I do, and you segued off of a bad pun. And I was like, you're doing what I'm doing. And I love it. I love it. Keep doing that. And so I was crying. I was like, we definitely had a few drinks at that point, because out of delusion and just, I don't know, celebration. And we were ready to have a great map at, and I really think it ended up still being a great map at. The first 10 minutes of that video are legendary. Like you said, I hope they go down in the history books. It's kind of ironic. It's for ukulele too, because that one's legendary for some wrong reasons too. But I love that episode.
I think if viewers go back and listen to that episode, go into it with the mindset that we'd been recording for at least 2 hours before that.
Oh yeah,
trying to get that right. So just understand that, and then I think when you listen to it, it makes more sense and less sense at the same time.
You said it was great for the history. I think it really influenced some of our future videos. Where do you guys see the influence of, Spencer, you coming on board in videos we did from then on out?
I think from honestly, something that I've noticed today, because me and Spencer, spoiler alert, it's not really spoiler, we recorded the Last of Us map out, and something that I've noticed is that just doing and you and I did the Sonic and Knuckles one recently too, is that doing the show with 2 people versus doing the show with all 3 of us is so different now. And of course you guys did the Witcher one with them on, so you can talk about that. But it's like after we brought Spencer on for, I don't know, we did like the 2 platforming discourses, and then he was on from there. It was like the show had a whole new dynamic,
Spencer, what do you think? What's the influence on the content since you've joined?
I don't know if this is a positive or negative, because I feel like you guys were funny and you made a lot of jokes, but you guys were a little bit more on track before, and I feel like we almost come into it thinking it's like we're going to be making jokes and taking shots at the content, whereas I don't know if that was as common before. But I almost don't even think you guys considered it any form of comedy before. And then when I came along, and again, for better, for worse, I don't know if it's better or worse, but we don't take it quite as seriously. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing.
We had some comedic elements in the early episodes.
Yeah.
I usually tried to start the episode with some quip or something, but I've kind of lost my steam for that after a while. But
what do you think, Teddy?
Oh gosh, I love just coming in to our episodes with a positive vibe and having a good laugh. And I think sometimes it can hurt us when we try to make that happen and it doesn't just come out naturally. So there was a video that we did 2 takes for, and we actually completed a second take of it, and that one, I don't know if we were maybe overstepping our lines in terms of humor, but I wasn't happy with it. A lot of us weren't happy with it. So, but I think the thing is that one video was an exception to the rule.
Yeah.
And that we've had some stellar content. I absolutely love the Pokemon map out, the Mario 64 map out, and
Subway.
6 stars. Oh gosh,
Big booty bump.
big booty bomb. Great water level. Like I just we can still be serious with our humor, and I think it really does come across in our content, and we know when it doesn't. So like we know what belongs here and what doesn't. And I think you've been nothing but beneficial to the show, and you've really helped us create our tone to what it is today.
Thank you.
I also think that the audience enjoys the banter that Spencer and I share.
Yeah, it's created 2 characters. I think we're all characters.
It's super funny because like Spencer said, we've known each other for a long time, but for some reason, whenever we're in this environment and stuff on the show, Spencer and I just like to pick fun at each other as much as we can.
Yeah. Well, because you're a good sport. You could take it. I know so many people where if I were to say something, they get really butthurt and go away. And it's like, how unfun is it to talk to those people? So when you come around, you're the exact opposite. And it's like, okay, I love it. Let's go. Let's make fun of each other and let's just tear it up. And I love the idea that it's possible that we're enemies. Like nobody who in podcasts are enemies of each other.
Who could with hosts are enemies, but it's like every game talk or something, or every episode like that, me and Spencer are always throwing jabs at each other.
When I think of podcasts of 2020, I think of NPR. It's like, I don't know, did you see the old Saturday Night Live skits with Molly Shannon and what's her face? Older lady. Anyway. They're always really friendly and they agree with each other on everything, and it's like, oh yeah, Zelda Ocarina of Time, classic game, yeah, really great game. What do you think of the gameplay? Oh, it's phenomenal, it's great. Oh yeah, I think that too. Yeah, it's great. I am so happy that we can be the exact opposite of that, and just be like, no, that game sucks. You're an idiot for liking it. No,
oh my God,
I like it. It's great. Yeah.
You guys have called me out multiple times during the map outs whenever I like something and you guys do not enjoy it.
Oh yeah.
But, it's like the leaky doing the ukulele, whatever. I like the little casino level, and you guys were like, "No, that level's garbage." And I was like, I like it.
I've definitely felt more contentious of late. I think the Nintendo Switch episode was a big one for me to really step over you guys in terms of my opinion.
Oh no! That started with the Mario 64 episode.
Oh yeah. Okay, so we can talk about something else there. I think one of the hardest lessons to learn about podcasting versus collabing, in a YouTube video project, is when to jump in. What have you guys learned about jumping in, and being heard during a podcast, doing the podcast here on the Button Mappers?
I'm fucking terrible at it.
I'm worse.
I jump in at the absolute worst moments. Somebody will just be talking, you'd be like, yeah, I really and then they'll stop to breathe, and I'm like, it's my turn, and then I jump in, and then I realize that I shouldn't have jumped in yet, and and that Mario 64 episode, I think, is the antithesis of that.
I didn't even mean to call you out in the beginning. I think it just came out naturally. It's like, what, you want to interrupt me? Go ahead. I didn't even interpret it that way. I was just like, what, you want to say something? Go.
But it's so funny.
Yeah. Well, so in my podcast, I've always tried to cultivate a environment where we did jump over each other all the time, and we would argue and have vicious arguments, and that was kind of the joke of the podcast. Because I'm a huge Howard Stern fan, and on Howard Stern stuff, especially the older stuff, not the newer stuff, but Howard Stern stuff, it's there's 50 things going on at once, and there's people talking over each other all the time, and there's sound effects going on, and all that stuff happens. So sometimes when I go to this podcast, it's hard to turn that off. And I remember very specifically, it was actually kind of a recent one. there's another thing I want to talk to you about this, but I'll just have later. But you were talking about some game, and I kept on going like making little noises. I think you were talking about how you were supposed to do Diablo 3, but you didn't, and you picked a different game. And I kept going like, "Thank God" or something like that. And you're like, "Let me talk." And I felt so bad because I was like, I am like interrupting him. This would be totally normal on our other podcast. This like has no place in this one. And I just felt so bad because I just like, yeah, I am just talking over this poor guy.
What's your other thing you want to bring up there?
It was the Diablo 3. I love that you brought it up in the podcast that I like yelled at you for fixing Diablo 3 as a shitty
happened.
game.
Yeah, that like actually happened. We were waiting on Teddy. I don't know what Teddy was getting some drink or something. And we're sitting there. It was me, you, and Amon. The VG mashup. And we're sitting there talking on the hangouts beforehand, and we're like, "Oh, cool. What did you pick? Oh, I picked this game. What'd you pick?" And I was like, "I think I'm doing Diablo 3." And Spencer is just like, and I was like, "What?" And it was just like. Yeah, I don't know. He was just like, he was like, "Why aren't you doing the Earth Defense Force?" He was just like, "Oh," and so I was just like, so I went into the podcast knowing that like if I brought up playing Diablo 3, like I would have to fight Spencer on this.
And so you did.
It's so funny.
One of the things I figured out really early on is, and I'm not perfect at this, but when I want to say something, I just keep talking. Like, and I won't let you guys talk over me. Like, I know, like, I want to make my voice heard during the podcast, so I'm going to get my opinion across. And if you guys try and talk over me, I'm going to combat you. But I also try and give you your space. And lately, I don't know if I'm doing this all the time, but I'm trying to like wait 2 seconds after each person's done talking and then try and jump in. So that way I can be more respectful. I get like the type of, environment. Somebody might want to listen to a podcast where people are like fighting with each other. And I think while we throw jokes at each other, it's never as serious as fighting. And we're all like behind the scenes, we're really good friends.
Yeah.
We go back years. So like we kind of know like how when we're pushing each other's buttons, but just how to also collaborate with each other. I think it reflects well in our content.
Well, I know with you, and this is just your character. This is just kind of who you are. But you tend to lead discussions, but not necessarily input on the discussions. Unless like you don't leave that open. So you'll be like, "Alex, what do you think of this topic?" And then Alex will say it, and like, "Spencer, what do you think?" And I'll say my piece. But it never like you're not always gonna say like, "Okay, well here's what I think," or like. So I try my best to be like, "Teddy, what do you think?" You'll hear me say that every once in a while because I know, and I'll usually it'll be because you've done it twice where you like nobody was like asking you or anything, because you're good at that. Like that's your skill set. But I do want to make sure that your voice is heard. So it's something I have to be conscious of. Is like, okay, he asked us, like we should be asking him.
I mean, it's nice to show the host appreciation every once in a while.
Yeah.
No, and that's why I think it's good to have 3 people on too, because like say Spencer doesn't do that, then Alex can do that, or vice versa. And if Alex is leading it, we can take that role too. And I think that's part of just hosting, which is something that I didn't consider going into podcasts, is that like usually there is kind of a lead who takes that initiative. And it's something that I've tried to figure out too, because I do want to be heard sometimes, and I do want to share my input. But if it's like time to move on, it's time to move on, and I'm not going to dwell. But if it's something really important, I'll make sure I'm heard.
Yeah.
I do appreciate you asking me, Alex.
Sorry, one of the people, one of you guys brought it up recently. I don't remember which one of you did during this podcast, but one of you mentioned I think it was you, Spencer. You mentioned the jokes and how they've kind of like grown since you've been on the show. And I know that has something to do with me, because I especially if you listen to that damn Pokemon map out, it's like I check out halfway through, and my whole point is to just make jokes like beyond that point. Like you guys are trying to have the actual map out, and I'm just like trying to throw in as many dumb jokes as I can get in there. and it seems like, I don't know, like maybe that's like what I've been doing lately, is just like, oh, there's a joke. It's like, so I've been trying to work on like being a little more, I don't know, like more about the actual discussion than just making some dumb joke and just, you know.
But to counter that though, I think a lot of your jokes are really over with the audience. Like I don't think I've ever seen one. There might have been one or two on the Itch Network, but really nothing close to like Clue Cluelander columns or just our relationship in the comments. Like they expect it and they look for it and they're like looking forward to it in the videos and or in the podcast or whatever. And there's nothing like it. Like there's big YouTube channels that don't have anything like that.
One of my favorite aspects, especially the earlier episodes, and it still happens today, is whenever one of you guys will catch me off guard, and I can't help it, I will just start fucking chuckling into the mic, and that happens all the time. It's something that like I wish I had more control of, but like listen back to like some of those earlier episodes, especially. So there's points where like Teddy says something. What is it? It's like the first Sonic map out. The first Sonic map out. Teddy's like gotta go fast. No, I say gotta go fast, and Teddy starts speaking really fast, and I just start chuckling because I'm so caught off guard, and I'm like I can't react.
I think that's one of the best things about it, though, is it really makes this podcast more human, and the fact that we've gone and found so many moments like that, we can like really find them in almost every episode, is outstanding. I love soundbiting people from this podcast, whether it's you guys or other people, and you know, dropping it in there as like little cues. I think that's another thing is like, you know, after the fact edits. I love taking Spencer's Sonic stuff, you know, some of Alex's comments. I've never soundbited myself though, so like I'm still trying to figure that one out, but yeah.
I love the vroom and the Mario 64 what it is. That one's so funny. Vroom.
Oh my god. I just want to put a disclaimer. I apologize for the Mario 64 one. I underestimated how big that game was. And sorry if I offered nothing for the second half of that. That was me being Alex from Pokemon Yellow. Or Pokemon
okay.
RBY.
Barbies.
You guys are trying to take the pass. I think my biggest challenge that I've had to overcome is not really in terms of preparation for any of the content. I have felt like I've always been prepared, but the one thing I have not been prepared for is sound interferences in my apartment. It started with my sink.
The angry sink.
Angry sink. It's just started gargling super loud, and I think it happened, I don't remember which recent video it was, but I was like, tell your sink to shut up. It's like, I can't. It's really like the video. It was the Switch Discourse. And the other's my heater. My heater's been just making sharp noises, and I haven't quite figured that one out.
I wanted to, I have two more points that I wanted to bring up, especially. I don't know if you guys have more too, but I wanted to bring up, Spencer, I want to know what it's like working in this environment versus the Itch Network environment, and like how you kind of, like how was that transition? You know, not like transition because you're still working with Itch Network, obviously, but you know.
It's very different. I do most of the work on the Itch Network, and on this channel, it's like a three-way split. But it's actually almost less because most of the groundwork is laid out for me. So you guys just tell me what you need, and usually it's like we're just editing a map out. So it's like, I'll take it, okay. And I know what a map out looks like. You guys have already done the work there, so just build it out or build out a game talk or whatever it is. So it makes it pretty simple. And I kind of get your style. Maybe not 100% based on the first edit of that opening video. but I kind of get the style, so I can piece it together. And so no, it's a little bit less creative input, but replace that with a lot less work and risk. So I enjoy it. It's different.
Do you see the purpose of the button mappers?
That's a really interesting question. I have a purpose that I see playing out. A couple. We do a couple different kinds of videos. Like we do the discourses, we do the game talks, and we do the map outs. I think the game talks are the most important ones we do for a couple of reasons. But I think the map outs are almost candy. And then the game talks, I mean, that's where we have Q&A a lot, especially lately. It's been like a game talk means we're going to talk to somebody new, like another YouTuber or something. So like those just feel like huge moments, like every time we do a game talk. So to me, the purpose, I mean, there's a couple purposes, but seeing the community has become like a whole thing with our group. And I absolutely love it. It's something that I haven't seen in a long, long time.
That was something I was going to bring up as well. Is I was going to bring up like maybe we should like talk about the awesome guests and the just the people that like interact with us on a normal basis, or or tag once or twice. So like we've been lucky. I've been doing content on YouTube for a long time. Be it Frickin' Frack or when I started Turbo Zone, and yeah, I've had interaction, but like I've never had interaction like this with a YouTube channel.
Like I mentioned Howard Stern, like I'm a big fan of Howard Stern a while ago, and it more and more this feels kind of like the energy that they had a lot, where it was like there's all these different characters that come up and you can easily just call back, and then anybody who's been listening knows what we're talking about and they can kind of play along. Like if we go, oh, we got another Terry essay, like in a couple episodes ago, they would be like, oh yeah, Terry's the one that asks like all those questions, and he always gives them all these like crazy things to answer. And so they know that character of Terry. He's diligent, like he's loyal, he's great, and he just has all these things to say. And we always take the time to listen to it because it's just so fascinating. And then you got VG on there, who's killing it. He's like the nicest guy ever. And we have all these different characters, and I just am so excited to see that grow and just have more and more people involved. It just adds to our palette, really.
I think one of the best comments I read was from VG Mashup. It ranks up there. There's a couple really good ones. VG Mashup just said in a comment reply to me, yeah, can't wait for Button Mapper Monday. And for somebody to say that just felt so good. I was like, that means we're doing it right. And Terry did another good one where he was like, I forget what it was. He was on somebody else's video response to our community thread. And I think he was like defending the Button Mappers as like a channel that doesn't do news content. That we're more than that. That we have a real good, style and format for YouTube content, and that we're not dry. That we're one of the only podcasts that he listens to. And I think like that kind of like viewer loyalty, support, and just enjoyment, it makes it for me. It makes it so great. It makes it like we're not just doing this for the sake of doing it, but because, people out there got our back. And it's a special feeling.
Just the fact that starting this year, Teddy, you and I were like, we had, like we alluded to, we had Spencer on last year as a guest, but like, I don't really count that because we know Spencer for a while. But this year, you and I were like, okay, let's try to get more guests on. That was our like one of our things for this year. It's like, let's try to get more guests on. And the fact that we've succeeded in that, and the fact that like almost every one of those episodes have been like very memorable, very fun episodes, is like, I don't know. I look back on that very fondly, and I hope we can continue something like that. I don't know if we're gonna do like guests every month. I don't think it's necessary, but like, just having like just VG Mashup come on, just having your girlfriend come on, it's just it's fun to change up the environment like that.
I think it just shows that there's a lot of voices out there that want to be heard, that have stuff to say about games, and that's a great feeling. And as much as like Spencer says the map up's the candy, and I absolutely love. Did I say the map up? Damn it, the map out. Map it up.
That's the
mashup map out. map up. I love our map outs, but the fact of the matter is that like I know it's just there's a barrier to entry for map outs if you haven't finished a game. So like that's the one thing I still haven't like figured out is how do we make the map out more accessible. And I mean we can kind of go into future goals for the channel and maybe just things that we think like we could have done differently technically. But I definitely agree that Game Talk has become kind of a spotlight here, as well as our community threads. I did not expect to do anything like that. I don't even know how we came up with that idea, but I love it.
Ooh, if we're talking about things that we could have done differently, one of my biggest regrets for this show, oh my god, was, and I don't want to speak ill of like anybody, you know, because that's not what I mean, but like, I made the mistake of asking my good friend Ethan to come on the show, and I love Ethan. You know, I've known him for forever. We grew up together, but he only came on the show, I know, because I asked him to. You know, because I was like, "Do you want to be on?" You know, he has a really big YouTube channel. I was like, "Do you want to come on this podcast?" He was like, "Yeah, sure." So that episode is the only episode I do not listen to. I think the energy in that episode is not favorable. I don't look back fondly on that one. And that's probably like the only episode of the Butt Mappers that we've put out that I'm like, that's my least favorite episode.
I didn't mind that episode.
I don't know. It's just something about the energy during that episode.
There was something about the energy, you're right.
Yeah, and it's just like... and I think it was just mainly like... the fact that I had not really like begged him to come on, but I was like, hey, come on to this thing you know nothing about. You know? And I didn't pull anybody from the community. I didn't pull anybody from even our little circle. You know, I just like asked a good friend of mine who had a really popular channel to just jump on in. And it felt wrong. You know? So there's that. Once again, I don't want to speak ill of Ethan. I think he's a great guy and has, you know, does good content.
I think it was important to do that episode, and also, you know, for you to have your perspective on it. I definitely agree that, like, you know, as far as like bringing more people on that are like, you know, smaller channels and part of the community, because I mean, let's just take it at face value. Ethan's not a game reviewer. You know, he's a film channel. So I'm not going to say that it was wrong to do that episode. I'm glad we did that episode, and you know I have my feelings about it, but it's, you know, that's reserved. I'm definitely not going to speak ill of him. He obliged us. He came on the channel, and I appreciate that. My personal biggest regret, and it's not something I realized soon enough, was that the picture quality in our intro for the first 17 seconds, not the new one that we're using for this, but the old one, for me especially, is really low. You know, I just took a screenshot of me at the golfing range from a video, and it's probably 144p. And I'm pretty sure that people who are clicking on our videos are seeing those first 17 seconds and clicking off because they see my 144p golf image of me just holding my hands up like, and who's that guy? So I kind of wish we redone the intro a little sooner, but nobody's called us out on it. So, I mean, what can we do? We can only go up from here.
It's not like my picture was any better. I'm just, you know, wearing my cowboy hat. Rocking my cowboy hat. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
My stuff is more on the technical side of, I wish, and it actually comes before doing this, but I wish that I had invested more time in understanding how podcasts work from a logistical standpoint. I should have had all those answers coming in, and I had some, but not. The Itch Network should have, and it still doesn't, should have like a big podcast thing all set up where I could just tell you guys do this, but I really don't. And setting it up has been, I'm still not really done, but it's been kind of a nightmare. Don't go to SoundCloud. I'll just tell everybody that.
That's the only one that gets public likes. I see it in our Gmail. People love our Sega content there. So I can thank you for that, Spencer.
Yeah, but I wouldn't go there.
I think another one for me, and I just want to bring it up real quick because I don't want to drag too far on this, but is that doing this has really helped me to understand my editing. I know you said, Spencer, you said that the things that like we kind of split the work 3 ways, but I don't really see it that way because like you guys, I think, do a lot more of the editing than I have a chance to. But back whenever me and Teddy started, I was trying to edit too. And I quickly noticed, and Teddy was, quick to point this out, because he wanted the best, possible content, that like, I would try to cut some corners sometimes, or maybe like the audio levels weren't great or something like that. So I've kind of like, like some of those episodes that like I notice that on now, I'm like, why did I do it that way? And like it's nice because I've like kind of learned more about editing, especially like editing a podcast. But I don't know. I just wanted to bring that up.
Let's talk about some happy stuff.
Okay, remember that time that I went to Subway?
And landed us a sponsorship deal?
Yeah, landed us a sponsorship deal. I love the ongoing jokes. That's my favorite thing about the Button Mappers is the ongoing jokes. And I try to keep as many of them going as I possibly can.
Viewers don't know it, but Alex has a big checklist.
Yeah.
And he just goes down. He's like, we haven't done Clue Clue yet.
Yeah, we haven't done Clue, Columns, Reggie. You haven't... Actually, Spencer, I have a dream t-shirt design for the Button Mappers. And the back
I
of
do
it,
too.
Okay, well, the back of it... well, the front's just like a logo. But the back of it, you know how like you go to like a concert and it has like all the cities listed?
Yeah.
I want that, but instead of the cities, it's just dumb jokes we've made throughout the episodes listed on the back of the t-shirt. So that whenever somebody sees this t-shirt, they're just like, Clue Clue Land, Columns, Reggie, Button Ball Z. What the hell? It's just like a bunch of stuff just lined up like that. Like,
I have a band t-shirt that would be, you try to make it look like a band t-shirt, but it's called Jimmy Genesis and the Button Mappers.
That'd be amazing.
That'd be freaking awesome.
I don't have one, but I'll buy them both. They sound great.
So I guess I want to ask, what are some of the standout, not really jokes, because we've done it before, and we always bring up the Clue Clue in the columns. Maybe like standout moments, standout things like that you guys always think about during the show, and anything like that, like that you really think back on. I know we've brought some up, so like the ukulele and stuff, so you don't have to repeat those if you don't want to.
Teddy saying console. That like I was listening and I can't remember which one he did it on. It was one of the early ones, and he's like, and I think it was the N64. He's like, N64 is a console. It might have been the GameCube. I don't remember. And I'm just sitting there laughing. My girlfriend's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I'm like, "Listen to this shit." And I was just like, "Do you believe he does this all the time?" And she was just laughing at it. I'm like, I'm just gonna keep listening. Like, it's so great, and I just love it. And every time I can make fun of Teddy for it, I do it because it's just so funny to me. He has an inflection that he puts in. He puts the wrong, as Austin Powers would say, he puts the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable, and it's amazing.
I eat it up when you make fun of us. You have such a great way of doing it. You really just poke fun. You parody us in a way. I absolutely love that. And I know you think it might be offensive, but I don't know. I feel flattered when you do. So mine definitely, I think the standout moment is it's got to be this community integration we've got going on. I think it's been fantastic. And lately, Monday especially, I spent so much time just editing our 3 episodes that went up before this episode, or maybe, 4 videos ago. And just being able to put like all these unique voices next to each other, it was fantastic. And I think it's so awesome to show other amazing content creators that we've known throughout the years. And I've never been able to promo other people I care about on YouTube in the same way. And I really hope that it grows into something and that we can continue to do so in a meaningful and purposeful way. I don't know if it's the sole purpose of the Button Mappers, because I think that map out is still so important to our identity, but I think community has become a huge aspect of our channel.
standout moments. It's gonna be so hard. Last year, I put together the best of the Button Mappers 2019. It's going to be literally impossible to put together the best of the Button Mappers 2020, and we're only like part of the way through the year. This has been like, oh my god, like there has been so many standout, hilarious, like fun moments that we've had through the episodes this year, that it's hard to like list any one of them as like my favorite moment. I've had a few that always just kind of stand out. I love whenever we start an episode and it's so like we're so high energy and we're ready to get into it. I love that. I also love the opposite spectrum.
Can I
Go.
stop you? You're high energy.
Leave me alone. Listen, that happens a lot. Especially one of my favorite moments from last year where that happened was the I forget which episode it was, Teddy. Thanksgiving, where we weren't even recording yet. I just started going on about fucking Button Mappers Live or something like that, and it's just like I just started rambling about Button Mappers Live, and it became like the actual intro to the episode. But yeah, I love those moments, where it's just like we just start going with something and it just doesn't stop, or like the one where we kept going on about Reggie. I will always love the ending of that episode because we're all three of us are just going on with our Reggie impressions. It just doesn't stop.
It's fun to give people at the end, if they stuck through it, a little. I don't know if it's a gift, but it's a taste of insanity. That's
or
for sure.
the intro to the Gaming Elders one, where me and Teddy are doing like this little shtick, and they were like, said something about Spencer, and he goes, "I'm Spencer." It's so good.
I don't remember that at all.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
No.
Yeah,
Alex, is it you over there?
yeah, we're like talking about like being old, and we're like, "What about Spencer?" And you're like, "Spencer." Or "I'm Toad" is probably one of my favorites. Also, I try to quote "and I'm Toad" as much as I possibly can because that was my favorite gag from the Mario month. Is every fucking episode Spencer wouldn't stop saying that he was Toad.
That's what I don't recall being like every time.
Yeah,
Trying to be Toad.
every intro we would have a dumb joke, and the always like we're always like, and I'm whoever, and I'm and you're always like, and I'm Toad. And then, so
That's weird. I don't even know that. I must have Alzheimer's.
That's
or something,
stuck
'cause I
with
didn't
me.
know that.
It's just like the intro to one of them where I forgot how it started, but I think it was Teddy was like said something and it cracked me up, and I was like,
Mario 64. You tried to steal my joke.
I tried to steal your joke. Yeah, I tried to steal your joke because we had recorded that part already, and then we restarted it, and I tried to take your joke, which I love doing that. And you were not having it, and I was dying, and then like you were like, and I'm Daddy, and I was like, and I'm Yoshi, and then what kills me is like I'm already dying, and then Spencer comes in for the fourth time in a row with the exact same joke, and he goes, and I'm Toad, just the straightest Toad, and I love that intro so much. It's a classic.
Never change. I love the Button Mappers. I love us. We're great. We're amazing. Any, I know we ask this a lot, but like, what do you want out of our future?
I would say community. I want us to evolve in that way that Alex said he's not sure if we want to have a new person on every month. I would love to have a new person on every month and just get to interview them and ask them where they're from, what their channel's about, what's going on with their games, and then get them into game talk. My favorite moments are answering those Q&A questions.
Correction, I said I don't know if we need to, but okay, go ahead.
Alex said he doesn't really care for guests.
Oh my
Personally,
God.
me, I think it's pretty cool. I guess Alex just has a problem with other people. He's very antisocial, and that's on him. But I think that all the guests are really cool, and I guess I'm alone on that one. But I think they're great, and I just love hanging out with all these new people getting to expand and giving their channels a chance to, in case somebody hasn't heard them, then we give them the link to it.
I almost called you Teddy. Spencer, I also enjoy the guests, so you could shove it.
Oh, you made it seem like you did.
I said I don't think we would need, or maybe we don't need to do it every month. But I mean, if we had a guest for every month, I would be okay with this.
Okay.
One of my favorite guest moments as well is the game talk with VG Mashup, because he was very nice, very respectful, and he, of course, he's seen the show, but he's on the show with us. He's very 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 cordial. He's being very straightforward with his content, his ideas. He's well spoken. And then I forgot what it was near the end of the episode, but he riffs on us.
Oh, you're gonna find out. But anyways, it's a 9.5. He gave us a 9.5, and he's like, "Oh, you guys are like, oh, that's a 9.5. Wow, why not a 10?" And he's like, "I didn't say it was at 10."
Yeah, that was it. He, after sitting through the whole episode of mostly me and Spencer just throwing jabs at each other, VG came in with a jab, man. That was one of my proudest moments. I was like, we got a guest on. He had fun, and then at the end of the episode, he played along.
I would say that for the guests, man. Like, come on, when you come onto the show, don't be afraid to jab us or play. Like, come out here and play. We like that. We can take it. Alex, maybe not. I don't know. Alex seems like he. I just like strangers very much. But other than that, I think we can really take it and we like it.
Well, usually I just cry to my pillow every night and I'm good.
Oh, okay. Well, you gotta do what you gotta
cry
do.
myself to sleep every night. But it gets me through.
That's unrelated. Teddy, what are you looking forward to in the future?
Oh, Spencer, I never thought you'd ask.
That's what I do.
Well, okay, so I do love bringing in the community. One thing I still do not want to lose sight of is also like ourselves in this picture. I mean, I see both perspectives here in that, like, I think we have a very unique chemistry, and while I do love bringing on guests and having conversations with guests, I have no opposition to bringing back similar guests that we've had on. I don't think it might be too much shoehorning if we tried. And I know it's a hypothetical. If that was the case, that would be amazing. But if our sole purpose was to only bring on new guests, etc., because I don't know. But I don't want to lose sight of the fact that we can have our moments too, and it doesn't have to be, solely the show where we bring on guests.
Yeah.
But I guess for the future of the Button Mappers, I really like our track record. I think even though we have our jabs and we have our jokes, we do care about the content in the end, and I just hope that shows.
I want to stop letting Spencer get the best of us on the extra content. Oh my god. I'm gonna start doing mine last, Spencer, because you keep jumping in. That fucking that last community response, kill it. Oh my god. That was hilarious. And then not only that, but just I don't know, just it always seems like you have the game swap. You did that one last, and that was the best out of the three of us. And I gotta stop letting you get a jump on me like that.
I will try to be more proactive. I am very slow to do anything, as you guys definitely know. Any game talk or whatever that I've uploaded has been these guys, Alex and Teddy, are 3 weeks in advance. They're asking me for for files and stuff, and I'm not used to it because again, I used to do everything. I'm used to just handling everything. They'll ask me for files. I'm like, that's not going up for 3 weeks. You can wait. And it's just they're on it. But so me, and it's with those as well. I'm unfortunately, a last minute kind of guy, which sucks. But I'm trying to get better at that. But so yes, the next time I will try to do it first. I think we have one coming up soon here, so I will try to get on it first.
What I'm saying though is that since you wait, you have already seen what the both of us do, and your content always reflects that. And I gotta stop letting you do that.
But I don't think it's fair that I always do that. Okay. So I will try to do it quicker.
It's hilarious. Even though you were first with the April Fool's videos that day. I'll tell you what.
The April Fool's videos, we didn't see each other's content.
Yeah, that was all surprise.
Yeah, that was fun. I like doing stuff like that. That like reinvigorates my love of video editing, which the Itch Network beat it out of me. So
Stellar year for the Button Mappers. I think. I mean, it's been so memorable in so many ways, and I think even this first half of the year is so packed with amazing memories. So just thank you guys for being a part of it. I really appreciate you for being on Team Button Mapper.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back.
Do we realize that Button Mappers is BM, like bowel movement?
I never thought of it that way, and I'll continue not to.
It's also
Putting on a t-shirt.
It also stands for I can't think of anything else.
Bloody Mary.
Bloody
Bad
Mary.
Mama Jamma.
Bad Mama Jamma. But Mom, that's my favorite one. But Mom. So I guess as per tradition, we should just mash up all of our jokes into one outro. Here we go. I'm Reggie. Look at this photograph. Button Ball Z, Clue Clue Land, columns. Button Mappers Live.
Baby.
One tough baby. This sponsor 6 stars.
Did you say columns?
I said
What
columns.
did you say about columns? Some might call it column.
Some might call it a console. My life.
Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know? My life?
Alex, did you say columns?
I said, what'd you say about columns?
It's me, Sonic.
Gotta go fast. I don't know. Did you guys have any other jokes I left out?
Did you say columns?
What'd you say about columns?
Top 5 cheeses.
Top 5 cheeses.
Cheeseland.
Cheese! How did I forget about Cheeseland? Oh my god,
We haven't done
Cheeseland.
that one in a minute.
Oh, I love Cheeseland. Cheeseland.
The side of the map out that nobody watched. Jeez, guys, go back and watch the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe map out. We
Yeah.
put so much work into it.
It's me, Drunk Mario!
Drunk Mario. Pink, gold, peach.
And I'm Toad.
And I'm Daisy.
And I'm Daisy. And I'm Joe.
I think that's all of them.
I'm sure I'm missing some.
Oh, another essay from Terry.
Terry became a part of the show without becoming a part of the show.
Yeah.
It's nuts. It's like Terry's essays are expected now.
I think Terry needs to deliver an essay on the show.
He probably will on the comments of this video.
But like in the video itself.
Okay.
A video, future video. Terry, that's an open invitation.
Terry's one that doesn't, and I always remember the mashup game talk that Spencer asked Terry if he is VG or no, sorry, if no, he asked VG mashup if Terry is his enemy or whatever, if is his rival.
Yeah.
And I find it to be because like where Mashup's so nice and polite, Terry will not hesitate to rip me a new one.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Terry's one tough baby.
He is. I remember there was we were. And we talked about it before on the show where me and Terry were talking in the comments, and he thought I actually got mad at him. And I was like, no, I'm just like, it's fine. It's funny.
Yeah, that was wild. I loved it.
So Terry, keep throwing them punches. VG, keep mashing it. Who else we got watching the show, guys?
The Positiver.
The Positiver. Thanks for being positive. Snash Mapper. Thanks for mapping it up.
DZ.
DZ. Thanks for
Keeping it easy.
Keeping it easy. It ain't easy being easy. Who else we got?
Ethan,
Ethan.
I'll meet you in the parking lot.
He doesn't watch the show. And if he does, maybe he's going to be disheartened by this episode, but it's okay. Who else we got?
I think that's it.
No, that's not it. That's not it. You're a liar. You're a straight liar, Spencer.
Teddy's girlfriend was on one.
I can't believe you come on this show and lie to me like that, Spencer.
We have some more coming up.
Oh, okay.
Alex means like in the comments, like who's showing
Yeah,
up, like, watching
comments.
to this point.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm trying to think. I'm like drawing a blank.
Well, BioPhoenix. We got BioPhoenix.
Yeah, BioPhoenix. He's been in our group for a while too.
Bossum Burf. Keep it awesome.
Oh
Murph.
yes, thank you, Boston Burf. I'm like drawing a blank. I'm terrible at YouTube names, so I'm just like, this guy.
Turbo Zone.
Turbo Zone. That guy's lame.
Yeah, Turbo Zone. Thanks for nothing.
Yeah. It's like Turbo Zone and the Itch Network. Those are fucking awful channels.
The Itch Network participates and leaves questions and leaves interesting insights, little nuggets of wisdom.
No, it's just bullying, mainly.
Is it cyberbullying?
Yeah, to me.
I think he's trying to come at the Sonic fan base.
Yeah. There's just like a weak fan
Oh,
base.
that's what I want to see for the future of the channel. More Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's funny? I played Sonic Forces, like a little bit of it, and then you guys completely abandoned it. It
I didn't completely abandon it.
was like a sick, twisted game.
I'll
that you
still
guys
do
played with
it.
me.
Did you finish it?
No, not even close. When you guys said you're not going to do it, I just completely stopped. I said, forget this. This is horrible.
Well, we
Probably
made
not
you
the
play
best one
Kirby.
to recommend
so-
you.
Yeah, we made you play Kirby though.
I loved Kirby. Kirby was so smart. I didn't realize it was going to be like that.
Ooh, what future game would you like to map out?
I'm shocked that, well, this might be a little bit too much of seeing how the dish is made or whatever that phrase is, but I'm confused why we didn't bring up Chrono Trigger for a certain month that's coming up. How that just didn't even, it's like 13 hours long and
Because I'm not playing.
one of the best blank of all time. So, to me, that's one we would do if I had my druthers. What about you guys?
Buck Bumble. I'm just kidding. Not Buck. That's a good question. Well, we've already done Banjo. We've already done Sonic.
We should do Diablo 3. We'll map out Diablo 3 and have a jolly time.
Shut up.
This
Spencer.
one is hell. This one is also hell.
There's only one hell.
And on the left, you can see the fiery parts of hell. Oh, there on the right, there's a guy pushing a rock.
Yeah. I like the demons in this one. They're really demonic.
I think the crimson red is a nice addition.
I think you guys are confusing Diablo for Dante's Inferno.
What did you say about DK64?
That's the game. DK64, where Spencer's going to get all the items.
You know what's funny? We haven't really mapped out like a bad game. We mapped out imperfect games, but we never really mapped out like a bad.
So that's what you want to do is map out a bad game.
Kinda.
Do you want us to send you a bad game?
Oh, you've sent me plenty. Oh no, not like that. But I mean, like you've offered plenty.
Okay.
I don't want you to send me anything bad. That'd be no good.
Well, if we're doing a bad map out,
Well, I can find it.
call it-
Probably steal it.
Well, I don't want it. I'll send you Bubsy.
I'll play Bubsy.
Will you?
Okay,
Okay, what about
Is it really?
Quest 64?
Oh my god, we should totally do Quest 64.
Why?
Teddy and I can do co-op on Bloodborne.
When?
Good luck with that.
Somebody's got to help us.
JD will help you through it.
I'm not that interested, to be honest.
Will he make the co-op work?
Not because of JD, just because, the co-op is stupid.
I would like, serious time now, what I would actually like to do moving forward is, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I'm kind of happy with just kind of doing what we do, but like at the same time, I would like to maybe do a little more of like the classic games, maybe some more like NES games or Super Nintendo games. I know we did Superstar. I think that's that's not the oldest we did. I think Sonic 1's the oldest we've done, right?
91.
Yeah, so I would like to go before that. Maybe do some like NES, Castlevania, Mega Man, even though Teddy won't play it. Something like that.
You do some like Legend Jumper or something?
Yeah, Legend Jumper, yeah. Clue Land, whatever.
What about you, Teddy?
Oh, gosh. I got ambitions, man. I'm always like the first to say, I want to map this out, that out, and this out. So, but I guess the one that like, I feel like we owe it to ourselves to do this, and you're not going to like it, Spencer, but it's F-Zero GX. And I adore that game so much. I'd be so excited to like just go back and really re-experience it. I really like the idea of mapping out RPGs. I thought it was really cool that we did that for Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow. I really wanted to do the Silver, Gold, and Crystal follow-up.
Ooh, Alex Byrne right there.
Leave me alone.
I mean, we could pull a Witcher 3, you know. You guys did The Last of Us without me, so, you know. But I guess I love our map outs because they encourage me to see a game in a different way and also to commit to it. And I think with RPGs, I have a commitment problem, or maybe I won't finish them. So I would really like to see how that works, especially for a possible upcoming month.
Well, if we ever do GX, we have a guest, so that's something.
Who would do GX?
You'll have to find out.
Wait, I feel like I know the answer. I think I already know who it is.
Who is it?
Is it Terry?
Nope.
Well, Terry's
says he
invited. Terry can join.
Terry's invited, but Terry isn't the guest that I have lined up for that.
Okay, well, I don't know who it is, but if it's GX they're willing to do it for, I don't know. Content of their character, so on and so forth.
Wow.
No, I'll totally do F-Zero GX. I mean, how long could it be? It's probably pretty short, right?
Spencer's gonna beat F-Zero GX.
It's easy. You just change the slider to easy.
Yeah, where? Find me the slider.
What?
Find me the slider.
Is there only one difficulty?
You got normal, hard, and hardest, or something like that.
Okay, I'll do normal.
Okay.
Will you?
Will you?
Is it hard?
It's hard. I had a hard time
wow.
beating it on normal, just the story mode. But I had a vision for mapping it out where it was like just map out the courses in the Grand Prix as opposed to the story mode. But we could do both. I think that's a two-parter.
F-Zero GX. Well, that's a two-parter.
You gotta do the F-Zero G and the F-Zero X.
Yeah.
Don't forget about AX.
So the A, it's the 3E. It's F-Zero 3E.
It's basically, yeah.
Some may call it.
F-Zero 3E.
3E.
I love doing this show. I love talking to you guys. It always fills me with energy and joy, even if we go off the rails at points and Teddy and I get delusional. And Spencer bullies me and
Oh my god. So many problems here.
No, the rest of them weren't problems. Just the last one. But
Oh.
It's too bad the T in Majora doesn't stand for therapist.
it could.
So, Alex, I'd like you to talk to us about your problems.
Well, whenever I was born, I was born.
Moving on.
That's where it all started.
It all started when I was born.
Oh, man.
I came out and I was like, button ball Z. And they were like,
I
say,
came out
Alex,
with long hair and a mustache, and Mom was like, look at this beautiful baby boy.
I was like, wah!
Waluigi.
They say, like, the therapist goes, when did it all start? You say, I was born in 1994. I was born to my mom and dad. They raised me up as a little baby.
When I was a baby, when I was a baby, I wore diapers. In those
At 5
diapers. I
At 5
crapped.
years old, they bought me my first console.
I got tangled in the cord.
Couldn't
I
breathe.
couldn't breathe.
My first console
I kind of liked it.
was an NES with the pack-in title Clue Clue Land. Ever since, my life has not been the same.
My life.
I cannot erase the scars of the past. So, therapist, can you please put me in the button ball time chamber and erase the time that I played Clue Clue Land on the NES?
And then the therapist chair like spins around and I see who it is and he's like, Metal Jesus here. Today we're here to talk about Clue Clue Land on the NES. It's a hidden gem. I'm like, no! And I like run out of the therapist's office.
We have to put together some skits or something.
Oh,
Or Alex is the star.
That's my goal. I want to get Metal Jesus on the show.
Only if he eats a bunch of cheese.
Ooh, that's
No,
a good
that's me.
good topic. Who's your guest of choice? Mine's Reggie.
Reggie's a good one. Damn. Reggie's a good one, man. I guess mine's Metal Jesus.
Hideo Kojima, and I'll ask him what the hell happened.
And he'll be like, well, I can't speak Japanese, so I'm not going to try. and we'll all be like, well, me and Spencer will be like, what?
Yeah, we'll just ask him what he's talking about. Also, I'll go Hideo Kojima on and say, in Metal Gear Solid 2, you really subverted what a sequel means. What would you say are the main pain points that you had going through that and dealing with the development cycle and dealing with the studio to accomplish what you were trying to achieve with that game? And he'll just say something in Japanese, and we'll just be like, yeah.
Spencer, wow.
With
Metal Gear Solid. Oh.
with
Nai.
with Metal Gear Solid 4, what the fuck happened?
Yeah. Why did you make Metal Gear Solid 4?
Yeah, could you leave well
Why'd
enough
you do
alone?
that?
Why'd you do it? Who's your reasonable guess, Spencer?
We're gonna have him on.
Hideo Kojima? We'll be like, why is
Yeah, we are going to have Hideo Kojima on, so he is now a reasonable guest. Join us next time on Button Ball Z with Hideo Kojima.
Where I ask him what happened. Why is Death Stranding just a walking simulator?
Yeah. And he says it's because that's what people want nowadays.
It was like, because that's why Norman Reedus sold the game. We were like,
He totally did.
we blew the budget at Norman Reedus. That's all we had.
My girlfriend's legitimately playing Death Stranding. It's because Norman Reedus is in it. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm just saying that's why she bought it.
Okay.
I said, "Oh, Hideo Kojima, he made Metal Gear Solid." She said, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
I was like, he made Zone of the Enders. and like everybody's like,
Zone of the Enders.
and everybody's like, what are you talking about, Alex? I'm like, Zone of the Enders. You guys didn't play that? Shit.
Okay, I want
Who's your
Keanu.
reasonable? Who's your guys' reasonable guess?
Keanu's
To me, we
fine.
already we have him coming on.
Okay.
What? I'm lost.
I said Keanu, and I think it all went downhill from there.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
My reasonable guess would be. That's a hard one, man. You already said Reggie.
How is that reasonable?
He went to a school in the Bronx. You go talk to kids about programming games or getting in the gaming
He's like,
industry.
here in the Bronx. if you're not careful, you'll get stabbed.
That's why we've created anti-shiv mechanism.
Well, if you guys keep talking like that, he's not coming on.
I didn't say he's helping the kids from getting shivved. Teddy. Okay, well, you know what? Shivving happens everywhere. Happens everywhere. Okay, I'm not being
Okay,
locationist.
I got a reasonable one,
happens.
but I think yours might be in agreement with me, Alex. Did you say yours?
No, go ahead.
Derek Buck.
Yes, that's who I want. Spencer.
Who?
Spencer knows who that is. Derek Buck, man, you know who that is?
We're talking about the completionist?
No, Derek Buck was the lead of CGR Undertow. The
Oh.
review site, and it was like kind of the subversion of Classic Gamer.
Okay.
Guy with long hair. He loved doing video projects. He did reviews every day, just about. And I think we can't have our Wii U console discourse without him. So, just say.
And also, I want to ask him about his conditioner and stuff, but okay.
I don't know who that is. You can't see this, but Alex, as soon as I said that, Alex just looked down and had the saddest look on his face, like I just shit all over his toys or something.
Damn it, Spencer! You shit in my Legos.
My toys are shit on them now. I can't play with them.
Could you imagine if like you just the kid just came over and shit on your toys?
I respect that.
That's the funniest concept to me for some reason. Yeah, well, you know what? Is drop trowel.
Just have to take a shit right here on all your toys.
Shall show you. It's like the awkward moment of like waiting for it to happen. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Wait, it's coming.
Oh, dude.
It's like the meanest kid in the world. Back to your question, Teddy. I don't know. I don't know, man. Metal Jesus. I just wanted to come on the show so we can make fun of hidden gems.
But we get to be serious about it. Like,
Yeah. What the fuck's wrong with you?
talk to us about columns and why it has so many hidden gems. I really want to know, why are the gems different colors?
I want to know. Metal Jesus hidden gems.
CCR.
We're known to sing on this channel.
Pretty soon, whenever that video goes live, I'll be known to voice crack. Oh no, I don't think I sang in that one, did I? No, I did.
Oh my god.
I did sing in that one. Yeah, my voice totally cracked. So that'll be great.
Don't worry, I didn't soundbite you.
Yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Alex is doing it.
Spencer, you've given us the gift of sound bites. There's so many.
Can you give us like a rundown, Teddy? Like maybe like some impressions.
Okay, so he did some really good ones for The Witcher 3. Look out, they're following us. Crom, 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 crom. Ah!
You asked for a dramatic reimagining or whatever it was.
Then I told you I'd soundbite it, and I did. Between your first two episodes, you gave us 3 golden Sonic things, Sonic like memeable sound bites that I just keep going back to. My game's disappointing. And I'm from Arizona. Oh, the channel.
Well,
Arizona.
the Arizona thing was from you. Because that's like console.
Well, it's still great. And then, you should try this green tea. I did not expect to use that as a soundbite, but somehow I just was going back and listening. It's like, this works. Too good. Too good. And then Alex with the Yoshi.
It's hard to make a Yoshi sound.
And Alex with the knockoff sound bites, like the knockoff Sonic soundbite. It's me, Sonic!
I love the copy Spencer sound bites. It's so funny.
And then you did the vroom like several times. Vroom. I really wanted to soundbite. This has 6 stars, but I just could not find the right way to do it. So that didn't happen. Big booty bump.
Big booty bump.
That's great. Mush it up. Mush it up. Where are we right now? What are we doing?
We are in Button Mapper Limbo.
Could you imagine any other anniversary episode going differently for the Button Mappers?
No.
I think we should end the episode with a song. What do you guys think?
Like an impromptu makeshift song?
Yeah, but like I'm gonna sing one word, and then you sing another one, Teddy, and then you sing the word, Spencer, and then I'll follow it up.
One word?
Yeah, I'm just like we
Are
The
button.
mappers.
gang.
And
We
Love.
to
eat.
Alex.
Trebek.
And
Toad.
I am.
I am.
And Toad I am.
That's 2 words.
And Toad I am. You ruined it, guys. We had a good thing going.
All right, line for line.
Okay, let's start again. Ready?
Yes.
Welcome.
No, like a sentence.
No, I don't like that.
Fine. Welcome to.
No. Okay, 2 words. How about that?
No, I think he was doing you, and then his word.
Oh,
out.
okay.
The
Big.
Boot it.
bump.
Big booty bump. Teddy.
Kong.
Plays.
Columns.
3.
Bump.
3E, Spencer. 3E.
Oh. E. E.
And
1.
1.
Never mind.
Teddy plays
Is that a call to something?
Clue Clue Land 3 and 1. What's next?
Mean. Wait, no. Wait. That's 1 mean baby. 1. Mean.
It's tough.
Way to,
Tough.
way to fail the discourse.
Clue Clue. Okay. Let's do one more. Here we go.
Oh God.
Ready? Clue Clue Land.
Had a.
Baby named.
Spencer and
Hi, I'm Sonic.
Is what they call him.
what did you say?
Call him Duty.
Call of Duty. Welcome to the Button Mappers, and we're here to say, play columns every day.
Yes.
Silence.
Well, I mean, I can't believe. I would be shocked if somebody's still listening to this point. Or they just think their thing is broken.
Yeah. We should like start like acting like our voices are like cutting out, like, and then the thing, and I said,
Call
But I
him
didn't-
maybe.
and then it was just over. What? Spencer did. Oh, and Teddy. Oh yeah, that's good.
You have to preempt it by saying we have the biggest announcement of all time.
Yeah.
The Button Mappers, unfortunately, is and anyway,
With the helmet still on.
what the hell is still on? Yeah. Anyway, sorry to have to say that, but we'll be back next week. But obviously, we'll have that major difference in place. But other than that, it's been a pleasure.
Stay tuned for more Clue Clue and columns to come.
Next week we're just like we rebrand ourselves as Clue Clue. The channel's called just called Clue Clue.
It's just Clue Clue Land. Daily
Yeah.
uploads of Clue
We did
Clue
1
Land.
year the Button Mappers, and we're changing it. We are doing Clue Clue Land live streams every day.
I'm down.
Okay. Who's gonna go first?
Welcome to day 156 of the Clue Clue Land live streams.
I still don't even know what Clue Clue Land is. Like, I've seen it, but I don't know. I couldn't tell you what the point of it is or what.
Do you have your Switch on you?
Not, it's not on my lap, but I have it here. Yeah,
Like, nearby?
it's just over there.
Go get
Should I
it.
go grab it?
Yeah, go get it.
Why? Are you
Everybody
gonna tell me
stay
the-
tuned. Please, go get your Switch, Spencer. Teddy, are you ready for
only-
this?
I only use it for.
I need
Spencer.
to grab my popcorn, but yes.
Spencer,
I only use it for
Spencer,
anime girls.
Spencer, get the
What?
get it.
Okay. Graphic novels, anime girl.
What Spencer didn't know was that we are about to subject him to the worst gaming experience of his life.
Welcome to the end.
I love that joke, dude. Welcome to the end.
Is that what we're calling this?
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back, Spencer.
It's
So,
over.
Thank you.
you need to turn on your Switch.
I've done that.
Okay. Go to the NES online service. Let me know.
You didn't also ask me if I had the NES online service, but I do. So let's take a look.
And I'm gonna
I
log
can play these.
I'm gonna log into my Switch so I can make sure you're on there and not cheating.
How to experience video gaming trauma in 2020. Featuring.
All right, so he is indeed on the NES online service. Okay,
Ooh, there's something new to play. Eliminator Boat Duel.
you need to go to Clue Clue Land.
Okay. You don't want me to do Vice Project Doom?
You need to go to Clue Clue Land.
Which column is it, Alex?
Spencer needs to go to Clue Clue Land.
Okay, I'm playing Clue Clue Land.
Okay.
It's not to be confused with Cheeseland.
Live reaction. Spencer's first Clue Clue Land.
Oh, man. Pour one out, boys. It's about to get real.
Wait, what's going on?
It's pretty.
What am I? What's?
Is it pretty cool?
Yeah, this is fucking great.
Did you amass all the clues?
I keep. It's weird because the D-pad doesn't work. You have to use the joystick. I think that's an NES thing. But you turn the little things into other things. Oh, and you smash them against the wall. This is pretty clever. It looks like eventually. And you like, oh, I like bounced on something like a trampoline. This is a. You know what? Okay, so this is not very good. But honestly, I mean, this plays like a lot of shit on the NES. This is not like specifically different.
You know what I realized? If you guys get on the NES online service, we can play Clue Clue Land online.
Okay, why aren't we doing that?
That's the
Wait a minute.
1,000 subscriber special.
Wait a minute. Our buddy Amon has some explaining to do. VG mashups. Remember when we gave him compliments for making a heart? That heart is literally the first
just
level.
the first stage.
I'm glad he endured that one for us.
I don't know. I feel kind of cheated. I don't know about you guys. This is the first stage as a heart. He didn't play this game at all.
Details about Clue Clue Land released in 1985. Number of players, 2. Playtime, I've played 9 minutes of it. Oh my god. The greedy sea urchins have stolen all of Clue Clue Land's gold bars and buried them in a series of mazes. As Bubbles, a brave bubblefish, you'll set out to uncover all the gold bars in each maze. But you have to be careful. Sea urchins will pursue Bubbles relentlessly. and there are also dangerous black holes that must be avoided. Bubbles isn't defenseless, though, as she has the ability to stun sea urchins with sound waves and quickly change direction using posts scattered throughout the stages. Not only that, but the location of the gold bars in each maze form the outline of another object. So once you know the... Hold on, I gotta turn the page. Know the what? Object, you're well on your way to finding the gold. With
So, would you say that-
21 stages to complete and increasingly complex conditions, like having to pass over the gold bars twice to
Oh
recover
my
them,
god, it's mappable.
you might just want to bring along a friend for help.
Clue month coming up
There you go.
to a button ball near you. All you need
Would
to
you
do
say
is
that-
collect the 7 button balls and summon Sonic and make your wish.
Would you say that Clue Land has a strong female protagonist?
I say that's a couple columns to go with it.
I'm hungry.
So I'm starving.
Same.
Starving
So-
for some cheese.
If you guys want to play Clue Land online, let me know.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hit Alex up in the comments below. He's willing. He's ready to go. Hit you up for that Clue Land high score.
I just trick him and we actually play Wrecking Crew.
He's going to share it using the share button on the Switch.
Gotta push it 185 times.
He's going to be live streaming from the share button on the Nintendo Switch for the 24-hour live stream charity.
My thumb's gonna be sore as hell. Make it stop!
In addition to that, he has to play the game. So,
I can play Rygar now. Isn't that great? Oh my god, what am I doing? What the fuck is this game? I have like a yo-yo.
The NES was kind of trash, wasn't it?
I like the NES.
Come at me, bro. Come at me.
I got nothing, man. I'm not here to.
I mean,
fight.
it's no Sega Genesis, you know.
Yeah, boy, that NES game library is pretty impressive. There's so many games I'd love to play on it. Like none of them.
What the fuck is this game?
Wasn't very super, was it?
Enemies keep spawning in.
Sure wasn't. Although the Super Nintendo games aren't great either.
How long ago did we end the podcast?
I'm still recording.
Me too. I'm just saying, like, how long ago did we end the discussion?
Like 40 minutes ago.
Okay, we're still going? Okay.
Guys, Clue
Clue lit. Clue lit.
call.
Clue lit. Clue lit.
Top.
Clue lit. Clue lit. Clue
Big.
lit. Clue lit. Clue lit. Clue lit. Nobody's gonna join me? Okay.
I'm not musically inclined like
Clue.
you guys.
Clue lit.
Call.
Clue lit. Oh my god, this game's bad.
Okay, let's end it there. I think that's good.
This is nonsense.
Hey y'all, don't forget to subscribe to them button mappers.